Silent Hill. You love it, I love it. Unless we were talking about, like, the Western games. They deserve to be left in the Silent Hill 2 apartment toilets. Oh, no. Come on, James, you don't need to stick your hand in the toilet. Just drop them in. Oh, okay, whatever. Never mind. At the very least, you can say the original 3 are some of the most highly regarded and influential horror games even years after release. Silent Hill is a name so powerful, it had tons of people obsessing over a free-to-play teaser for a game that will ultimately never get made. And it's a name that many are both excited and worried to see come back. After some truly bad spin-offs, a questionably good movie, and its unquestionably bad sequel, and Konami's recent track history for treating their IPs like unwanted children, I have concerns. I want a new Silent Hill experience, one that does justice to the IP, but I just can't depend on that. So instead, I will turn to the next best thing. Indie games that pay homage to Silent Hill. And that brings us to Lost in Vivo, a fantastic homage to Silent Hill. One that walks that fine line of wearing its influence on its sleeve while providing enough of its own flair to be considered more than just a cheap knockoff. Developed by Kira, no, not that Kira, Akuma Kira, who before this was involved in Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. Vivo even blatantly references it. Now, Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion was a game I thought was okay, it was neat, it was definitely cute for a horror game. Kind of had that, like, Luigi Mansion's vibe to it, where it's like you juxtapose the cuteness with horror, and it's kind of fun, right? But I didn't quite fall in love with it like I did here with Vivo. Now, the Silent Hill influence is apparent right off the bat. The rustic metal scenery, the otherworldly grotesque monster design, and the music all draw clear inspiration from Silent Hill. The game goes for that whole PS1 retro look, which I think is mostly fine. This still manages to be very detailed when it comes to the environments, and, you know, it's an indie game. I'm not expecting much graphically. Though I do think it's weird that the gun just kind of floats in the air, like there's no hand whatsoever. You're gonna just make like a little blob, a polygon blob to like make it look like there was some sort of hand. You could have kept the loading animations the same. It's just weird, that's all. Vivo not only takes inspiration from Silent Hill's aesthetics, but also in the second game's themes of mental health, delving into such topics like depression and anxiety, all portrayed through a character dealing with extreme lack of self-esteem. Enemy design, notes, and puzzles do a great job at reinforcing this theme. Some good examples of enemy designs and environment that reinforce the game's themes would be Exhibit A, mirror enemies that display distorted images back at you. Exhibit B, having to choose which hallway to travel down based on which picture best reflects your character's self-image. Exhibit C, your dog turning into a monster, which got me pretty good and made me question if going through a hell sewer was worth it for a dog. The answer is yes, but it made me question it at the very least. Listen, I was content on living my life as a depressed piece of shit until a dog safety got involved. Now, self-improvement just got serious. Beyond that, talking about this game is kinda hard without spoiling moments because the base gameplay loop is rather simple. Explore, find resources, choose between fight or flight, repeat this process until done. For Homage to Silent Hill, I do think the puzzles are lacking in the challenge department. It usually involves getting or interacting with something to get the thing to happen. Hardly any brain teasers. There will be no moments where you get stuck on a solution. With that said, they are thematically cool and provide some sort of spook or moment that makes them doing, or at least interesting. That I don't want to spoil too much. It's not a long game. When it comes to combat, I think my only complaint is that it's very generous with health, and by very generous, you have regenerating health. Like, there are no healing items, and it makes combat rather exploitable. The highlight of this game are the moments, and again, talking about this is hard because I don't want to spoil them. They are great. Many times this game threw me for a loop in some way, in the best kind of way. And that to me is what really made Lost in Vivo worth playing. As far as homages go, it does a great job at capturing the essence of the thing it's taking inspiration from, and not just completely copying it at the same time. And that, to me, is why I really enjoyed Lost in Vivo, on a basic level. Anyways, yeah, I know, not the most in-depth review. You clicked on something called 2-cent review. What the fuck were you expecting? So that's really all I have to say. I could talk about the extra content, but there's nothing really to write about. They are decent enough extra distractions for when you are done the main campaign. You got a dungeon escape minigame, that's okay. Short little atmospheric segments in the form of tapes. There's supposed to be more to come, but they haven't updated this game since 2019. I doubt this game is getting any more support. That's fine, because Vivo as is already provides a damn good horror experience. Again, one that takes heavy influence from a horror classic while not just copying and pasting. There's definitely a difference between being inspired and being a copycat, and I would definitely put Vivo in the former category. I recommend this to anyone if you enjoy Silent Hill, especially those as cautiously optimistic about the upcoming remakes and releases as I am. Anyways, I'm gonna go play in traffic now. I'll see you all later. Bye.